The Horde is invading the Motu Origins cartoon collection, and we preview YoJoe June 2024, and we're announcing our next giveaway right now on Toy Habits Live.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. How you doing, Barry? I'm totally kidding. It's Michael. He had a joke. Michael's getting over a cold, and he called himself Barry White. So I told myself I was going to make that joke.
Yes, I sound like Barry White. No, I've been basically sick this whole week, so it's actually good to be on here live and chatting about toys because the show must go on.
Yes, it must. I'm glad you're feeling better, though.
Yeah,
I know you're
getting there
under the weather this week. So
how are you doing?
That's a fun. I'm good. I'm good. Work has been busy to say the least, and toy news has just been super busy. Like even today, like just the last like day or two, we prep for stuff, and then all these other things pop up. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, doing well.
It's all good.
Yeah. I did quite a bit of, besides the toy hunting I did on that cool video that I released that the Baroness of Toys accompanied me with. I found a couple other very cool toy shops near me, and I ended up with quite a nice little haul. And I was like, wow, it's fun to have like a weekend where you go to like, all these like new shops or different shops you don't get to normally shop at and find some neat stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Exciting. That was a fun toy hunt. It was cool that you got to open up all those totes.
Oh yeah, it's funny because actually I've known Big Lou since I was like a young teenager. He's had his shop there, and that was always the place like kind of where it all started. Where I used to go like toy hunting, I guess back in the day. And so I've known Lou for many, many years, and I didn't realize he had such, so much stuff stashed away, I guess, up on top of his shelves. And he even has like a secret storage container in a location that he can't divulge. And I'm like trying to see if maybe one day we can go film that, but he doesn't even know what he has. So we only went through a few of the totes because we were like really tired by then, and the shop needed to open. So there's a lot more stuff. I don't even know what he's got.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool that you've known him.
I'm gonna have to go off camera for just a second to take a call. I'm so sorry. It's kind of important.
Oh, okay. Well, awesome. Yeah. So I've been just recovering from a flu this week. So I've been basically lying in bed all day and trying to get better so I can, one, go back to work and just be 100%. So now I have to have a whole bunch of stuff to catch up on for the next week, but it's all good. We had a lot of toy news happening over the last week, and it seems like Fridays are the days that just S hits the fan all the time. So, but actually, what I can tell you is I've been working on my display that is in back of me. So, I'm really excited about this because half the battle was trying to figure out what to display and how. So, I have my vintage Star Wars collection up here. Oh, you're back. My G.I.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And my G1 Transformer. So
I love how your collection is coming out. How the composition of it, that you've got different scales and kind of different genres of it, like yours vintage mixed with some modern figures. I think it looks great, and I totally love that Darth Vader there that you have. So
yeah, that's a cool one. It's the deluxe one from the Obi-Wan series, and so it has the Anakin with the cracked mask, which I've always wanted so you could see inside the mask. It's really cool.
That's really cool, and I love how you have Darth and Obi-Wan battling with their little lightsabers on his stand.
Yeah. Wow, thank
you. All right, so why don't we dive in and see who all is here on the chat? And sorry, I had to take that phone call.
That's okay.
But never know, you know, what's going to happen when you're live. So let's
Exactly.
see who's here. We got Quentin Dude. We got Jarizio 30 crew member. Frank Pryor is here. We got right-handed Skeletor Lord Hoagie. Crew member Robert Allison is joining us. Crew member Mint with Card. On our U-83, we got crew member from Captain America is also here. Crew member Joshua Robbins is joining us. Crew member Daniel Quay is also here. We got Alex Valdez. A crew member Frankie Rivera is here. Crew member Extendar is also joining us. Hello, Extendar. We also got Nunya Biz joining us. John Guzman. Crew member Sun Noid. Sorry, I'm totally.
Sugonoid.
My apologies. We got Junior here. We got Jace Traver. We got crew member Todd Loves Toys. We have none other than crew member and amazing camera woman and helping with the hunt, the Baroness of Toys. Hello, Baroness. Thank you so much for joining on the toy hunt at Big Lou's. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, the Baroness and I actually grew up going to Big Lou's together. So that was like a lot of fun. Good to see you. We have awesome crew member Ryan Cole. And Ryan, I'm going to give you a big shout out for sending Mer-Man my way. And that was like super cool of you. Thank you for finding Mer-Man because he's nowhere to be found. Ryan was nice enough to score one for me, Michael, and the Baroness. And Michael, I've got yours waiting for you.
Thank you.
He will be on his way when you get your other stuff.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, let's see who else is here. Crew member D Griff, Cute Cult is joining us. Oh my gosh, none other than the one and only Jason Tran, which we will have a big thank you for in just a moment when we move on to our next topic. Good to see you, Jason. And Ian 2800 is here. Stephen Komarak and so many more. If I didn't get to you, I'll just like flash your name. So Michael, we have another giveaway coming up, don't we?
We do. Before we do that, let's say hello to the crew. Yes, our ever-growing crew. We love you so much, and yeah, thank you for all the support and just showing.
You need a Rolodex for that. I'm totally kidding.
I know, it's so funny. I was doing research a couple of weeks ago, and a guy was like, "I bet you're not old enough to know what a Rolodex is," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am. My mom had one by the physical phone that we had tethered to the wall."
Exactly.
But,
I totally jest, but the crew's getting huge. It's like so hard to get all those names organized. Do we have them in alphabetical order now, or are they just
no? That would take
so when I have downtime, I will try and do those. Send me the slide. I'll put them in alphabetical order, so then next time when we get new people, it'll be easier to organize. It's because the list grew organically. We just never got around to doing that, right?
I don't know. I mean, we're
busy. We're toy tubers. We got too much news to be alphabetizing names.
I just take screenshots in YouTube Studio. So
there you go.
But speaking of an amazing person and just someone with a very huge heart, we wanted to send a huge thank you to Jason Tran, who is on the stream now, for donating a Turtles of Grayskull Mer-Man to give away on the channel and on the website. So I think Jason is one of the nicest human beings that I've ever met, and he has a huge heart. So we actually just launched this on our website. So if you go to www.toyhabits.com, you can access the post and scroll down, and you will be entered into the Turtles of Grayskull Mer-Man giveaway. So this one's an easy one.
Able to win one of these guys of your very own. Thank you to Jason. Jason, you are incredible and such a kind person for doing that.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. And this one's an easy one. Once we hit 9,500 subs, we're gonna do the raffle, and we're gonna pick the winner. So it's gonna be exciting. So this will go as long as or as short as it takes to get to 9,500. And once this is done, it unlocks the next giveaway at 10,000 subs, which is going to be the Moat Monster from the Eternia playset.
Lovely Modi here.
Yes. So
Yes.
I'm just dropping a link to the article on the site if you want to go enter there. And yeah, thank you again, Jason, for being such an amazing person and amazing friend. And it was totally awesome to meet you in person at WonderCon too. So there's that.
Yes, Jason, that was so much fun. And yes, we will be giving away a Moat Monster at 10,000 subs. Right now, we're at around 9150 something ish like that. So we're only around 350 subs away to give away the incredible Mer-Man that Jason so kindly donated for a channel giveaway. So that's very cool of him. Yeah, and this figure is freaking it's incredible. Like the paint apps, the translucent body, the freaking little merman tail, which has like incredible paint on it as well. Sorry, it's backwards, but he just looks so cool, and his face sculpt is just so detailed. Like even inside his mouth, how there's all this like carved detail in there, and it's hard to see from this camera. But when you get one of these guys in hand, it's amazing what they did with this merman. Like he just looks so good, so good. Good job, Mattel.
Yeah. They did they're knocking it out of the park with some of their Turtles of Grayskull figures. So yeah, I can't wait to see mine when I see you at Comic-Con. So just save my pile.
I've got a pile of loot going.
I ain't shipping it, so save it.
Oh, I'm not. That's why I said it's a pile of loot. So much fun. So much fun. But yeah, so this is going to be a great giveaway. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, make sure you do. So then you get a chance to win this awesome Turtles of Grayskull Mer-Man. So it's very, very cool. Yeah, so let's dive into the news, Michael. So do you want to start with our Motu news?
Yeah, so was it just like what 5 or 6 days ago we we dropped this piece of news that Mantenna and Hordak are coming to the Motu Origins cartoon collection, which is awesome because we need the Horde in the cartoon collection.
Totally. We haven't gotten any Horde members yet. It's always fun to get a lot of baddies, and the only version of Mantenna that we have that looks like this is, I believe there's a Club Grayskull one.
Yeah.
In the 6-7 inch line from Motu Classics, but we never got our 5.5 inch Filmation style Mantenna. Now these are amazing customs that we have featured here from Eternal Customs, which is a really cool customizer that loves to do these Filmation style 5.5 inch either digital renders or like physical builds of them. I don't know how he 3D prints them or resin models or whatever. But like that's a really great rendition of Mantenna. It totally looks like him from the cartoon.
Oh, right? It totally does. Yeah, I mean it's basically a carbon copy minus the colors and stuff, but he looks great. Yeah. All music fan. Yeah, I think this is a sign for Pop because we know that She-Ra and Bo are coming as well. So hopefully they'll go deeper than just She-Ra, Bo, Mantenna, and Hordak. But also, if you recall, Toy Sorceress, the Rock-On card art. So this was the first time that they've actually are cross-teasing lines here because we have a Filmation style leech on showing up on a standard Motu Origins card, which like blew my mind. I was like, whoa, what the heck is going on?
And blue Hordak.
Yes,
like
Hordak.
Filmation, totally.
It's crazy. But the this custom from Eternal Customs looks so good. Like if the Motu Origins one came out like this, I'd be a happy camper.
Oh my god, I totally would too. And what do you think about the action feature for the pop out eyes? Because he has to be able to have his eyes pop out. Yeah. Would you like a little lever on the back of his head, or would you like it to be a la, the classics where they have switch out eye sockets?
I mean, I would like it to be a lever just because, I like those little features, but we're probably going to get swap out eyes. What do you think?
I would love for it to be a lever. They've already done that for, Mantenna version 1, which he's floating around here. He's over there on my desk. So I could see them easily doing it with a little lever. Plus, it's kind of more vintage inspired type thing to do. So I think that's the way that they're gonna roll with it because it is Origins after all. Like they got to do, you know, that kind of thing. That's what I would love to see on him. I don't mind that he'd have a little lever on the back of his head.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind at all. Like as long as we get
Yeah.
that cool little play feature, that'd be awesome. But you know what this sets up for a future figure? I mean, they already have the mold for the, I guess, the 4-legged waist piece that sets up a cartoon collection modulock too.
Absolutely. Modulock is a must-have. And if we get pop figures, Baroness says they must have rooted hair. Do you think they're going to go down that route? We already do have a rooted hair 2021 PowerCon exclusive She-Ra figure. So they could do it. They've done it already.
I mean, that would be like the icing on the cake. I don't see them doing that. But if Mattel was going to do it, they'd be the ones to do it because they've been doing rooted hair for how many years now? Decades.
Forever.
Yes.
Decades. Absolutely decades. A lot of people are saying that they would love a lever. So yeah. I think we're all in on the lever. That'd be awesome.
All in, yes. Yeah, so again, we don't know when these are coming out. We suspect that we'll be seeing these figures at San Diego Comic-Con. So I think they'll do it like last year where they announced the cartoon collection. Oh my gosh, it's been a year, almost a year already. And so we'll probably have a display of all of their lines. Like they're running so many Motu lines right now. It's kind of cool. So we're going to see a lot of Motu going on.
I know you're gonna have to clear more space on those shelves for Motu, Michael.
Oh, good Lord! I just put them up.
I know. I'm like, I finished my room a couple months ago, and I'm already just like finished. Like I have no more space. So, so many fun things coming out. It's just
yes. Oh, I also wanted to bring up. So this is the only image that we have of the Turtles of Grayskull Hordak, and if we take a look at what the Bebop and Rocksteady mashup that they're doing, kind of making room for a cartoon collection, too bad, we can already see that they have the base for a cartoon collection Hordak right here. If you look at the bracer, there's no detail on it. It looks exactly like a cartoon collection arm right there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And he's got on that one an arm cannon that's got Mutated like wrapped around it, which is really cool. But of course he'll have his other arm cannon. And we did get a very similar figure from Super 7 and their 5.5-inch vintage line. I've got that one right in front of me. That's like, you know, my favorite version of Hordak. So I can't wait to get this cartoon collection version of him. Yeah, that looks so cool. Like, how cool would it be if he had a little sled like that?
I know, it'd be sweet.
Oh my god, that is awesome. That is so awesome. Like, way to go, Eternal Customs. Like, I love that shot.
Oh, it's so cool. I love the like eyes coming out of the horde.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
The bat. I know, that is freaking awesome. And speaking of awesome things, Ryan Cole with another 5 Toy Habits memberships. Thank you so much, Ryan. You have been bringing it, man, for the last few weeks. You are incredible. 5 of you out there in the chat are going to get Toy Habits memberships for a month, thanks to Ryan Cole for gifting that to you guys. You are amazing, Ryan. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for sending Mer-Man over for us. That was like super, super cool of you.
Yeah, really, thank you so much, Ryan.
Yeah.
Wow. Pseudonoid hopes that the cartoon collection or Turtles of Grayskull Hordak has his little imp as an accessory. Now, the imp has been teased a couple times already on cartoon collection art, so yeah, I'm hoping that he comes with that.
I am too, and even if he's just like a non-articulated, like little, you know, figure, like a companion figure, I'm fine with it. I mean, it's like they have to give him an accessory anyway, and what thing that's more episode specific than imp?
Yes,
to pack in with the Hordak.
Yeah, right? It's cool. I got the Mondo Filmation style Hordak, and it did come with an imp. I'm just staring at it right now, and he's a cool little being, and I loved his personality in the cartoon too.
I mean, he's a little bat. Like, what more do you want? Like, he's really cool. Right? Yeah, he's the mascot for the Horde, so we have to have him.
Yeah, yeah. Jace, You have to go to
Orco of the group.
yeah. Jace, yes, the membership option isn't available on mobile. You'll have to go look for it on the desktop. I don't know why YouTube does it that way. It's like everybody's on their mobile anyway, so just make it easier. So,
yeah. So if you just go to YouTube, to our channel on your desktop or laptop computer, just not your cell phone, and then click on the join button, you can do it through there. And a big shout out to Joshua Robbins for being a member for 7 months. Congratulations, Joshua. That is so cool. All this Motu talk has made my year complete. I totally agree. And it's only June, or not even June. It's May 31st. I'm jumping the gun.
Oh, totally. Yeah, there's going to be so much. There's going to be Motu coming out your ears and all orifices this coming.
It already is. It's just I dug up some cool like vintage Motu this weekend with the Baroness. I couldn't believe it. She scored a really minty Mosquitor without the gun, of course. And I think she paid like $20 for it.
Nice.
I gotta tell you, Big Blue is like super fair with his prices. Yeah.
Nice score, Baroness, and awesome Big Blue. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was really nice of him. Yeah. Yeah. So cool.
Steven is oozing Motu. Yeah, it's gonna be a cool year, and this is just the beginning. So there's a lot more stuff that we are sitting on and we can't talk about right now, but we're gonna be very excited to get to talk about it at some point in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be an amazing year. That's all we can say.
Totally. And guess what happened today? So, it's the end of the month. And so everybody's refreshing the Mattel Creations calendar to see if we're actually getting a Motu figure, coming up this month. And so it's funny. I checked it this morning. It was still on May. And then it must have switched over sometime, between when I checked it and you texted me. But we finally get the Nightstalker pre-order almost a year from its announcement at last year's Comic-Con. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. And I was alerted by I believe it was Rob 2023 who let us know, hey, Stalker's coming on June 18th. And I was like, oh, wait a second. Let me go back and double check the Mattel Creations launch calendar. And sure enough, there it was. So thanks for being on the ball, Rob. That was really cool. Thanks for the heads up. And it's about time that we're getting Nightstalker because we saw a little leak of him last year, and then we saw him at Comic-Con, and now a year later, we're finally getting his pre-order. But in classic style, people have been pre-ordering stuff, and just within a few hours, like Extendar shipped out, like same day. So this might happen with Stalker too.
I hope so, and I think the one
might just come right to our door.
the one telltale for Extendar is he was offered online even before the Mattel Creations pre-order went up. So this was like one of the rare occasions that we had in-hand images from Mr. Home Arcade to like ogle at before we got ours. But he's a very, very cool figure.
He is a very cool figure. I'm really like enjoying him. Nightstalker is going to be incredible, and I'm sure this should be released fairly quickly after the pre-orders go up because it's a simple repaint reuse of Strider that we have already. There's a little bit of change in his front, I guess, armory piece, just to kind of make him Nightstalker versus Strider. But this is an easy repaint for them, so. Hopefully they'll release it quickly. And do you think he'll have I'm sure he's going to have a cool package because it's Mattel Creations exclusive. So
yes, the package for Nightstalker is going to be hung like Nightstalker, so it's going to be awesome.
Hung like a horse, you can say it.
Is that the same?
So stay tuned. He's going to be galloping into our collections in just a couple weeks. And as soon as we get any official images, we'll be sure to post it on toyhabits.com. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled.
Yes. We're guessing that the color is probably like the color that we see here is more of like a mustard, but I think it's all the lights that they have in the display booth. So, but it's interesting. It's a little companion piece for your Snake Mountain set, kind of like Strider was to Castle Grayskull.
that's gonna look super cool because he's got the purple little piece of land or whatever in the hurdles that he's jumping over with, of course, the moss color covered hurdle, little fence pieces, which is cool. And if you do recall the photographs of all the other stuff that was in that window, I don't know if there was kind of like a pink light or something kind of near them.
Yeah.
So everything kind of had this little bit of a strange color hue. So I'm thinking the color is going to be much more like the vintage one, a little brighter, just like we did get with the Motu Origins Strider, which I loved. But I don't think it's going to be too mustardy.
Yeah, I think one of my pet peeves with, I guess, not being there in person is like we have to deal with the images that people take, and I don't know why that people just don't take decent images when they're at these cons. So we will make our best effort to get you like accurate pics that are the colors that they're supposed to be like in real life. So that is our our hope.
We will do our best. If there's weird lighting, we can't do anything about that. But sometimes I mean, I don't know, who makes the decisions when they're putting these displays together at conventions, and sometimes they decide to put weird lights in the glass cases, and it's like, why? It just discolors the product that you're trying to show off.
Yeah. There's also competing lights from other display cases, and like there's just a bunch of stuff going on. So it's interesting.
It's hard.
It's a fun place to be, Comic-Con. It's like it's overwhelming and cool at the same time.
Yeah.
But yes, Nuno Biz, that is a second helmet on that stand, and so I'm not sure what that relates to. Maybe it's the comic.
No, no. That is the original Strider helmet. If you remember, Strider came with a more plain helmet, and then that one is kind of the more Motu Classics helmet that he's wearing with kind of the covered face. So I have Strider in front of me, but the normal look for him, his vintage look, is just kind of the little helmet that goes around his eyes. It looks more like a cap. That's the one that's on the base that's sitting on the bottom.
Oh, got it. I thought Nightstalker didn't come with a helmet in his vintage form, but maybe.
I think he did. I don't remember which style it was, but that's just the two styles. And our Strider that we got for Motu Origins came with both the same helmets in the reddish orange color too. So it's the same thing, same two helmets, just purple.
Yeah, sometimes, Jace, we all wish things were a little bit larger. So. Just saying. He wanted Toy Habits After Dark in the daytime, so we're giving it to
you. Oh my god, it's too funny.
Yes, it is. But yeah, so really excited to see some Motu. We should be getting at least one figure coming out a month because they can't stretch the last remaining figures of the Origins line another couple years. It's like, let's get on with it already.
Oh my god, I know. But at the pace that they've been going, I think we're doing pretty well. Okay. Right?
Yes, I think we're doing great. All right. We have confirmation from your partner in crime. Vintage Nightstalker did not come. So we get two.
Thank you for checking that out. She I believe the Baroness does have a Vintage Nightstalker, so you're right. Yeah.
So anyway. Awesome. Oh geez. Shut the front door, y'all. Yeah, I mean, when you're when
this is the extender.
I know, right? When you've been sick for a week, like anything is, coming out of my mouth right now. So
yeah, that's fine.
Nightstalker just came with a bale of hay. So yeah, it'll be cool to see Nightstalker's package as well. And I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, so am I. I can't wait to sit Jitsu in there. Like that's what I want to display. Put Jitsu sitting in Nightstalker. That's going to be epic.
It is. It's very exciting, and hopefully the colors will be a lot better. So that means we'll get to see a peek at the official images whenever they decide to put those up too, which is awesome. Dividends, where the F is Modulock. Modulock is coming. It's probably the most I'm guessing it's the most expensive figure that they have to make, and so I'm sure that they're saving that for
Can I do a pun? Can I do a pun, Michael, to dividends? Dividends, hold your horses.
Oh, geez.
Modulock's coming. Modulock is coming. Hold your horses.
Yeah, and actually, he was also like, oh yeah, so I only have the panel with Hordak and Leech here, but at the bottom of Rockon's art was a Origin style Modulok. So he's definitely coming.
Yep. He's right there. Yep.
Yeah.
He's totally coming.
Yeah.
We have massive confirmation there, like huge illustration of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be really cool, and I'm super excited for Stridor. I love when they just drop stuff like that. Like, oh, by the way,
I know
here's something you've been waiting for a year.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was seeing people like saying like, oh, maybe they've canceled, Nightstalker because Stridor didn't sell well. So I'm glad that they're kind of still fulfilling their promise. And I'm guessing that they already had made him when they had made Stridor. So I think they've been hanging on for a very long time.
And so if you guys are all interested, you want to see more vehicles or beasts, please buy this so that we can keep the line going. And I know right now, and I'm just saying this to everybody out there, this Nightstalker is going to be a trial balloon for Mattel to see how good he sells, to see if they're going to keep doing more vehicles and beasts. So if you want to see more vehicles and beasts in the Motu line, and you're just about Stridor, like take him or leave him. In this case, if it's a 50-50 split, please buy him so we can get more stuff later in the line. Just a word of advice out there, letting you know.
Oh no, that's great. And yes, highly in dread. I 100% agree. I'll walk back on my Modulok statement. Yes, Twistoid does seem like it would be a lot more expensive with a tabletop action feature because that is a complete, like, totally scratch built figure there. So
that is awesome. Degriff says that he'll get 2 eventually. But depending on the cost, I may just get 1 for now and wait to see if it goes on discount. Well, this is going to be a Mattel Creations exclusive, so it's not going to go on discount. You might find it for more money on the aftermarket, but I don't think you'll find it cheaper.
Yeah. If he sells out. So yeah, I mean,
we don't know his MSRP yet, Neil Hunter Hyde, but guessing by how much they sold Stridor for, it's probably going to be around $30. Wasn't he $29.99?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah. Should be good. Yeah, we definitely need.
Scott, the reason he's not on BBTS and EE is because I think they're going to make him in limited amounts. They don't want him clogging the shelves and sitting around like poor Stridor did. And again, I think Mattel's a little nervous about putting out vehicles and beasts because they tended to sit around on the shelves a little too long. So that's why they made this a Mattel Creations exclusive. And I think I'm okay with that as long as they make enough of them for us. And that's why he has to do well for them to continue to do these. And then maybe if he does well, maybe they'll bring him back into retail for the next item in BBTS.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But also Mattel's finishing out the Motu Origins collection on Mattel Creations, so it makes sense for this to be an exclusive.
Yeah, that is very true. Joshua Robbins, thank you. Praise Lord.
Testify.
Buy that Nightstalker.
Testify.
Just kidding. So let's make this one successful so we can get more stuff.
Yes, totally. Yeah, because we all want the line to finish. We don't want them to pull a Powers of Grayskull cancel back in '87. So let's
we know they're going to finish all the figures, but we don't know how many more vehicles and playsets or creatures we're going to get. That's the big question mark, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, sweet.
Want to see more? Let's get this guy.
Awesome. All right, let's move on to our YoJoe June preview.
Yes.
Which
absolutely
came
so
by total surprise when so funny.
You keep an incredible chronicle, right, of all of the name only reveals, the digital renders, all those kind of things that get released for G.I. Joe, so that way when we get to events like this, we have an idea of what might be coming out. Well, so we took a stab at thinking about that, but late last night we got some I'm gonna call them rumors or leaks of things that are also A, confirmed, and B, that were purchased by smaller retailers, I guess, kind of small shop toy distributors. And we saw a list. We saw a list of what was purchased from this YoJoe June event. So thanks to the Full Force podcast for posting this, and also Darkus, I can't even pronounce this name, and Terry Rune for sending out this information. But Terry, which also has a really cool YouTube channel himself, has a full list of what he ordered for his small shop as well. And he got a retro carded Cobra Commander, a retro carded Cobra Trooper, Storm Shadow version 2, Alpine, an Iron Grenadier, an Iron Grenadier Bat, Mad Marauders Sergeant Slaughter, a 60th anniversary Marine, a 60th anniversary Halo Jumper, and the Cobra Stinger with Driver. We're going to go through each of these. But we were also hearing rumored news that the Cobra Stinger with Driver is going to be part of this YoJoe June pre-order. And we also, I mean, that one we got a hint of, and we're going to run through each of these, but we got a tease here when we had the Vamp Dio shots, and there was a Stinger Driver hiding in the background, Michael. And we knew this was a foregone conclusion. They built the mold and all the tooling for the Vamp, so of course we were going to get a Stinger. It was a matter of time. And we're going to use this as a stand-in from a YoJoe ARH that does amazing customs, but we know what the Vamp looked like. Michael, what do you think about this news?
Oh, I'm so excited about the Stinger. It's funny because I bought a couple extra HMS missile systems just to throw one on the back of the Stinger. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, that is really cool. That is really cool. I actually did not get the HMMS because it was just taking up a lot of room, and I had his tank with the figures, and that was like the end of that display shelf. So I might have to rethink it, but I don't know where that one's going to live.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, the Stinger Driver too is just a classic figure. You know, it's just a repaint of the Cobra Trooper, but like all in gray, and that red symbol just really pops on there. So I'm excited about the Driver too. Oh, I guess what you could do is you could just get the Stinger and then take the Driver out and sell the vehicle if you don't want him. If you want the figure too.
Yeah, which I am not going to do because I absolutely want the vehicle, but you could do that if you want to. Or you can buy a couple Stingers to get extra drivers, because there are 2 seats in this thing after all, right? And then sell the extra vehicle. But they did an amazing job doing customs of the Cobra Troopers in the Stinger driver outfit. The gray with the red straps look really great, and I can't wait to see this one. I mean, it's super exciting that we're going to get this.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I guess they waited a little bit longer than they did to redo the Vamp mold. You know, kind of, they didn't do that with the
it's okay.
with the Tiger Paw, but there was a little time between the Vamp and so
yeah,
it's good.
which is fine, because you know that's a more expensive vehicle, and asking people to go back and spend another $100 or whatever on it. It's good that they gave us a little bit of time in between the two. Yeah, this is going to be really cool.
Yeah, I think I'm with All Music Fan. Having these go up on Hasbro Pulse and then selling out and having them available nowhere is a pain in the butt. You know, I know our good friend Jason Tran missed out on the Vamp, and he really wants one. I've been looking weekly to see if it's coming back in stock, and I really hope that the Hasbro team has more stock and they're waiting for YoJoe June to put it back in stock.
Yeah, I sure hope so, because Jason, you definitely deserve to get one of those. So if anyone knows of them coming back in stock or has an extra one, let us know, and we'll get that to Jason. So this is going to be a really cool vehicle. It's going to have that extra top on it, which is awesome, and the little doors that flap open. And then, of course, we have that little missile kit that goes on the top with the really awesome red missiles. I can't wait to see this one. And, you know, most obviously, this is going to be the same price point that the Vamp was. Was it about $100, $99 or $89? something like that.
Yeah, $99.99 sold. But
$39.99.
But
One
yeah,
penny less than 100 because
yeah, it makes a difference. You know, it's all in the psyche. You think like you're getting a deal.
It is. Just if you said, "Oh, it's $100," you're like, three
I know,
digits.
right?
But if you cut it down to 99, it feels better.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Tiger Force Vamp, which was called the Tiger Sting, was that the vehicle in the Tiger Force line? Yeah, that's definitely coming. We'll probably get an Iron Grenadier version, a Snow version.
I'm gonna grab something while you're talking because that's pertinent to the next thing that we're gonna talk about. Keep going.
But yes, Nuno Biz, I don't know if the missiles will actually fire. They seem to be doing more with like blast effects and making it look like it's firing. So I'm guessing it's going to be similar to that. But yeah, Rob 2023's guess is that the Stinger is in production now and they may revisit the Vamp after that run. That'd be awesome because I know I see a couple folks in the chat have missed out on that one too. Alex, do you think they'll release these vehicles in alternate color schemes? Yes.
Yes.
They will do whatever they can to squeeze all of the out of these molds. So yes.
Yep. Yes, and yes.
But yes, the one that is a no-brainer is also the Vamp Mark II. So you know that came with that tan clutch version. So
the tan clutch.
Get a nice figure and a nice
You're gonna need to make space to park. Well, I just lost this.
Yeah, it's gonna be a car lot.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So moving on to the next figure on the list was Cobra Commander on a retro card. Now, the interesting thing about this one, Michael, is that there were some rumored hints that it might be the hooded version of Cobra Commander. Right here. Now, this is a custom head, so don't everybody get excited that I put on my Mickey Mouse Coco that came with the Hiss tank. But this is just to give you an idea of what he can look like, which, it's how he looked in the cartoon. So maybe they got over it. Like, there's no other connotation. This is Cobra Commander in his other outfit. So let's say, but it would be really cool. Like, I mean, what's your thoughts on this one, Michael? And I know it's a touchy subject, right?
Yeah, I think it'd be great. And the plus for having my Joes in the background is I get to pull them off and look at them. But
there you go.
This is such a classic version, and yeah, I wish that they would create a hooded Cobra Commander like this. So I'm really hoping that he either comes with an alternate head, but better yet, just redo him in his same 3 3/4 inch mold.
And how cool would it be if he had the gold accents, just like your mail away version does?
Yes.
So that it's different because a lot of us did get the Hiss tank. Some people didn't, but if we did, and like me, I spent extra to buy because that's my photograph there. I spent extra to buy a carded one to keep on card. It would be great to have a different something that looks a little different than what we got with the Vamp. It's still going to be Cobra Commander. Really awesome if he came with both head types and if he had the gold accents and different color stripes, just like he did on your vintage mail away version there. That would make it super interesting for people, and they would want to buy that second Cobra Commander because he's going to be different than what we got with the Hiss tank, besides just his Mickey Mouse logo, right? Being maybe like a regular Cobra logo. So that I think that would drive more sales on it.
Yeah, I'm with Ryan. I'd actually want them to do a battle armor Cobra Commander one too, just like the vintage figure, just because like I have such fond memories of playing with this as a kid. Like, of course I had the previous Cobra Commanders, but this one was just so freaking cool.
That one is rad, and I'm absolutely sure with time we'll get one, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
So
they'll be coming.
That's good. I just have to make sure I don't cause dominoes when I grab the Joes off of there. It's like very careful.
When you
it's like
around it. I'm always worried I'm going to hit Voltron over and then knock down everything on my hernia display.
Would not be good.
No, that wouldn't. But yeah, so this is exciting news. I mean, if we get the Chrome Dome version or the hooded version I'm gonna be happy, and hopefully it's like his mail away because he's on a retro card, and it'll be that much more fun to get a second Coco.
Totally. Not a Joe fan, but his head makes me think of a Pac-Man ghost. It kind of does.
Yeah, that's cool. And then next up on the list was a retro carded Cobra Trooper. So the regular Cobra Trooper looks like this. And the reason I have this image up here is to remind us what his filmation color, or sorry, Sunbow. I know it's Sunbow. Just take my mind off the cartoon collection. What his Sunbow inspired colors look like. This is obviously the Super 7 Ultimates version of a Cobra Trooper. But how cool would it be to get a more simplified version of this, so they could still use basically the same mold and change his chest gear here for simple straps, make him a brighter blue and give him like the gray straps like the Sembo inspired version looks like, to give him more of that retro look,
yeah,
like a vintage figure.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, I'm still holding out hope that they'll have like a vintage accessory. So, I think the retro card back figures are just what they are. They're basically a repacked, repainted, like slimmer down version of the figures that are released before them. But I would love to see some actual retro accessories, because the Snow Serpent not coming with his tennis shoes, snowshoes, was a huge miss.
Totally. But they did change the chest gear for Beachhead. He looks much more vintagey than his original release. His colors are a lot brighter, so he looks much more like a vintage. Even though they probably use a lot of the base of the figure, they changed out some pieces that made him look more like the vintage figure. So I can see with this one where they could just change some colors and his like vest or whatever, and make him look much more like the original.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself too, like, it looks like they're going to be continuing the retro line for a long time, and I'm like, do I just wait for the retro carded figures to come out, and like that's the only one that I buy, the only version?
Yeah, I know, that's actually a really good point. And then the next one on our list is Storm Shadow version 2. Now we got an Arctic mission Storm Shadow way back early in the line, but he was more like that modern classified techie kind of comic book style version of Storm Shadow, and he wasn't this version 2 of a real American hero. So do you think that Storm Shadow version 2 is going to look like this? Not really. I mean, they can reuse some parts, but like maybe get rid of the skirting and make him look much more like the vintage.
Yeah, that Amazon exclusive was it was a nod to, I think, one of the 80, it was like either 89 or 90 Ninja Force Storm Shadows. So they already have that out of the way. But yeah, they're probably going to make him look kind of exactly like his vintage figure. And I think it's cool because he has that Arashikage symbol on his forearm, and it kind of like his outfit is pretty basic, but it's kind of classic Storm Shadow version 2.
Yeah. So I think I can see this being a really, really cool figure. So can't wait to add him to our collection. And the next one up on the list is Mad Marauders Sergeant Slaughter. And they don't call him Slaughter's Marauders because maybe they just couldn't get the rights to that name. We already saw a sneak peek of this one pop up a couple months ago. Yeah. And as you recall, this is what the vintage version looks like. But an easy repaint of the original Sergeant Slaughter, and then in his Slaughter's Marauders colors. And they're reusing that weight that we got with Big Boa right here, which I think is a really cool extra piece. Did you notice that?
No. That's cool.
That's really neat. I'm just seeing that for the first time now since I got it blown up. And then we get the little mini Sarge figure on card right here. And it looks like he's got some I don't know if they're like blue boxing gloves perhaps in here. It's hard to tell because there's a bit of a glare on this, but it looks like blue boxing glove hands.
Oh, it totally does.
Yeah. So it's like he's like training his Marauders.
Yeah. I love Hal Jordan's entrance. He just comes in, drops a comment. What's up, Toy Habits, Toy Holes, Cobra? I love it. You do you, my friend.
I had to. I just had to, Hal Jordan. And it's funny because Hal Jordan, we were talking about Hal Jordan Green Lantern just before this this live stream, which we'll dive into that at the end. Like something else coming out. So yeah, Sarge in his Mad Marauders colors. It's gonna be really cool. And then of course, we did know about a couple Iron Grenadiers. So these are some custom that we're using for stand-ins because we don't have photos yet. But Iron Grenadier Bat, that one's gonna be really cool. I know you're a huge Bat fan.
Yes.
So what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like they can make as many variations of the bat as they like, and I will buy them because it's just a classic. It's just a classic mold, and like I think that's one of my biggest memories of playing with G.I. Joe as a kid was. I mean, it was an android trooper, so he can get blown up and get fixed. It's not like you can shoot a human and they die, and they never come back, and so they always came back in force in my battles. And yeah, I'm excited about this one. And just like the whole Iron Grenadier faction to begin with is awesome.
Yeah, and with the Iron Grenadier Bat, we're also going to get an actual Iron Grenadier Trooper, if you want to call it that. And this guy looks really cool. Again, this is a Stronix Customs, because we don't have images of any of this stuff yet, so we're using these as stand-ins. But this is one of your favorite figures too, right?
Yeah, he's actually it's like Custard Last Stand with his sword in front of the Cobra bunker. But yeah, I love the look of the Iron Grenadier. I always had, and this one's going to be rad. If they do it exactly like this, I'll be a happy camper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, with the Iron Grenadiers coming in, we should be getting the Destro version as well, which is a really cool version of Destro. So eventually, he'll be getting his own Iron Grenadier, stand-in. This next one is one of my favorite classic characters, is Alpine, and this is done by Ronan Duties on Facebook. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but this is a really cool 3D rendered custom image. Not anything official from Hasbro. Again, we don't have images for these, but Alpine's a really cool one, and hopefully, I'm hoping it comes with some actual rope too, so you can, dangle him from stuff.
Yeah, I like that there are actual like vintage weapons used in these digital renders. So I would love that too.
Yeah, and he's a really fun one. I'm hoping to give him some like kind of clear tinted goggles. Would look really great on him. A removable hat, and of course all of his mountaineering gear would be a lot of fun. So this one's going to be a super cool figure to be getting, and I can see him, with quite a little bit of a pack out. And here's another custom from YoJoe ARH. Again, this one looking really classic, like the vintage figure did. And this is his vintage figure right here. So yeah, he's got, his little pickaxe and backpack and grappling hook right here and his little cable. So this has always been a really fun figure to play with.
Yeah, we had a very large rock in our backyard, so I had him rappelling off that rock all the time.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I wish you could dig up some photos of that.
I know, yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, I think I only have the hot tub pics, though. That was about
it. Yeah. So out of all of these that are, been leaked or announced or rumored, in which we know the stinger is now confirmed, what's your favorite besides, I guess, of the figures, because the stinger is its own thing, blows all this out of the water. But what was your favorite on the list?
I think I'm most excited about the Iron Grenadier, aside from the stinger is my number one. But what about you?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about Alpine. Like, I love when we're getting figures that haven't been made before, of like kind of that core classic characters, the real American hero like line You know, I always love getting more of those core Joes. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll definitely be a much needed core Joe to build that
Mhm.
Joe army up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So super excited about these. And again, coverage begins on June 4th, which is this coming Thursday at, I believe it's 11 a.m. Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's 8 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah, it's nice and early
Yeah.
before the workday starts, which is nice, and probably guaranteed that there are going to be leaked images coming out ahead of the stream, like there always is. So
Which is actually a good thing for us because it is a work day. So it's very hard for us to cover it during the live event. I'm sorry,
yeah,
I'm just trying to close out some windows. So
yeah,
if
no
I
worries.
blank out for a second. And like,
So
and it just an FYI, I've upgraded my router. I got twice the internet speed I used to have before. So hopefully we're having a lot less glitches. But at this point, there's not more I could do to make this better. So yeah. All right. Shall we move on to our next bit of news?
yes, which is
Okay.
what?
Next
What?
it is that Voltron 40th
Yeah,
anniversary set that everybody was so going crazy trying to find a target that's been impossible to find. And it's like I was able to find the black lion, as were you, but then like the colored lions were impossible to find. I had to go onto eBay to buy these and pay quite a bit of a pretty penny on the aftermarket because they were super hard to find. And it was just super frustrating that they were selling them in separate pieces, like separate packaging. I would see posts where people would find 2 out of the 4 lions or 3 out of the 4 lions. So it was just annoying to have to do that because Voltron's not complete unless you have all 5, right? So and the colored lions were like impossible to get. Well, here comes BBTS and Entertainment Earth saving us all with a complete gift pack with all 5 lions coming out later on in the year, all in one place, nicely in a gorgeous packaging, which is such a great relief, and for like $109, which is such a great price for the whole set. No, he's not going to stand. Oh, it's going to fall. Yeah.
oh, totally.
So
Yeah,
this is really cool.
I'm with Junior here. I've only found the black lion, so I've never seen any of these, so it must be a myth.
I know. I mean, I've seen photos of people finding them in stores. So I know it's not a myth, but it's been seriously impossible to get them. But it's really cool that they're releasing it this way. And, now everyone's going to get a chance to own a Voltron in full figure display, which is really awesome. And this thing, as I demonstrated before, it makes sounds when you like connect each of the lions and all that stuff. So it's very, very cool. Figure, robot, whatever you want to call it. If you're obviously a classic, vintage toy collector, this is kind of like a must-have for your 80s collection. Yeah. So
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I ordered one just for that reason. Like, it's a very iconic representation of the 1980s.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So it's very exciting that people are going to have the chance to get this. So if you're interested, it's up on BBTS and Entertainment Earth. If you buy from Entertainment Earth through our link, you help the site, but you also get free shipping, which is great.
Yes.
So
yeah, it's one of the rare occasions where you get free shipping right off the bat from Entertainment Earth.
Absolutely. So that is a great point, and they have actually been sending stuff pretty early because those I got those Silverhawks right off the bat before other things were shipping. So it's kind of random which company gets their stuff first.
Yeah.
But this is really cool. So if you're looking for a Voltron, you can get the whole gift set now, all 5 lions, all in one box, all in one place, and save yourself from going crazy running around Target's looking for it.
Yeah,
He's now available for pre-order. Yeah. So this is really cool. This is really
Very
cool. All right, Michael. So we've got other news to talk about. So I will turn that over to you because we had some TMNT news drop as well.
Yeah, this week the 4-pack 2003 Classic Turtles went up for pre-order on BBTS. I didn't really check Entertainment Earth, but Entertainment Earth usually follows. But I think yeah, they're sticking with the classic turtle releases, so it's nice to see some other years represented in the Turtles. So it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is awesome that they're releasing these. Are you ordering these or?
I did because I was yeah, I did like I like the old vintage turtles. You know, I never owned them, and you know I'm just getting into the line, so it's kind of like collecting them for the first time for me. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome, and it's great that I think these have been popping up at Targets randomly. I saw it a couple times. I'm actually not buying these because I have so many other turtles, and I really love like the classics Playmate stuff. So kind of sticking to those, and then the Mutant Mayhem figures just because they're cute. And of course, obviously, the Super 7 Ultimate. So I've already got enough different scales, and I have a few NECA figures. So gonna skip these, but they're really cool that you can find them now on Big Bad Toy Store. But not only did these 2003 classic Turtle 4-pack go up for pre-order, we also did get another really cool 4-pack. I don't know if you wanted to add anything else on that one before we moved over to these.
No, not at all. Yeah, I was actually really excited to see the Playmates Classics wave continuing and some really cool figures, Slash, Casey Jones, Mutated Man, and the Rat King. That's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, those are really, really cool. And not only did we get this wave 3, you know, Mutant Wave 3 pack, which it's so cool to actually get, you know, a fresh new like Casey Jones and Rat King and all those. They also did have a separate sports 2-pack, which also comes with Slapshot Leo and Sewer Surfing Mike. So Slapshot Leo, I think, is a figure that's quite, it's a lot more, I won't call it totally rare, but it's harder to find. They haven't done a reissue of it ever. And then getting a fresh, you know, bright new Sewer Surfing Mike with all its accessories and the surfboard and all that. I think that's awesome that they're releasing these.
Yeah, that's totally cool. Yeah, I'm not collecting like all of the turtle variants like this, but I only want the just classics one. They're the classic ones, how they look before they did all this stuff. But the figures look really cool though. Super bright.
Yeah.
Very classic.
Yeah. They are. And I do have like the other sports turtles just because they're so cute. So I am gonna get these because they look great. Because they did have a sports pack with like I think it's like there was a soccer player and then basketball and football and one other I think a baseball or something like that. But they are really cool. I hadn't seen this Slapshot Leo, so that one was really neat to see a complete brand new one. And of course, love the surfboard Mikey there. So
yeah. Are you in on these guys or are you passing on these guys?
I'm thinking about it. I did pre-order them, but I might like buy them a la carte if I see them easier on the shelves, and maybe just get 1 or 2 out of the 4. So I gotta see. I mean, I'll probably end up getting all 4 of them anyway.
Yeah. I mean, they're cool. Especially Slash looks really good. And yes, Alex, these are the little ones. They're what, like 4 inches tall or something like that.
Yeah, they're the vintage size vintage reissues. Yeah, fairness, they are really cool. Hopefully you pre-ordered those. But these Playmates reissues are pretty easy to find when you go into Target and Walmart. They've been, you know, fairly easy to get them. Maybe when the wave first comes out, it's a little bit harder to get, and then they tend to be fairly readily available. So, and they're also really inexpensive. They're like $10 a piece. normally. And just FYI, if you are pre-ordering these and want them, they're cheaper on Entertainment Earth for the 4-pack is $49.99. BBTS has them for $56. So you can find the links on our website there. And then the sports 2-pack was $20. I don't know why they're so expensive. They were $26.99 on BBTS and $29.99 on Entertainment Earth. Really, they should be, like $20 for the 2 figures, but it's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah. It's actually really cool that these regular figures are only $10. It feels like when action figures are costing like $20 to $25, $30, it's nice to get a break.
Yeah, it is. And they're so, I know they had the tooling from before, but they come with so many accessories. They're very brightly colored. They look great if you just want to keep them on card, and they're cheap enough if you want to buy an extra one to keep them carded and open one for fun. So, it's a great line to collect if you're into
totally.
turtles.
Yeah, with the news on the Technodrome, now you'll have like a cool scene to build with all of these reissue figures coming out, which is awesome.
Yeah. Dividends calling them Slacker. So this is Slash, or Slaker, or whatever we want to call it. So now he's gonna be given both monikers at this point.
There you go, Slacker. Like what Mr. Strickland really calls Marty, Slacker, or is
exactly. You're a slacker. There you go. Back to the Future, folks, if you're not following our conversation. That was the principal's nickname for Marty McFly. Anyway, so these are really cool. And we also had some other news break right before we went live, which was superpowers related.
Yeah.
And that, I have the article pulled up if you want me to
go for it.
Yeah, so we did get a rumored list for Wave 9, and we just had a list leak like 2 weeks ago for Wave 8, something like that. But Wave 9 has some pretty cool characters in it, and that one, it has some repaints, but that's okay. But it includes Bizarro from Tales of Bizarro World, or a gold chase-colored Aquaman and a gold chase-colored Wonder Woman, which, whatever, and they might look cool on card. A Batman in black and gray, Riddler, which we'll talk about, a classic version of Superman, and then a 3-pack from the Justice Society of America, Starman, Green Lantern, and Hourman. So these are pretty cool. We'll just run through each of them really quickly, but you all should know Bizarro. So it was kind of Superman's evil alter ego, and this is from like a classic comic book look. So Bizarro is an easy repaint if you want to call it that. Hopefully he'll come with his little hanging necklace here. This is Bizarro #1. So that's going to be a fun figure, and we pretty much have an idea what that's going to look like. The Aquaman gold chase figure most likely will be a repaint of this version of Aquaman. So we'll see if we ever get the classic version of Aquaman. Hopefully he should be coming at some point. But we have seen what gold versions of the figures look like already. And that included Gold Superman, which I again want to thank Michael for sending me this nice version of. So I was able to have one on card and one to open. So absolutely love that. They've also done a gold version of the Flash and a gold version of Batman. So you knew they were coming. I love this version of Superman because he still has other colors on him. He's just not entirely gold, right?
Yeah.
They left his Superman symbol and like his shorts. And so. Yeah. And then Michael, so on 2 of the figures, I was a little confused because this list said Batman black and gray, but we had this version of Batman leak in the Wave 8 figure list. I forget the moniker that goes along with this one. So there was this one that's from the Hush mold, and then which is the original big-chested Wave 1 Batman. And then also there was on the list a classic Superman And if we looked at the Wave 8 leak list, there was also another kind of classic comic book version of Superman. He's not called Classic Superman. It's what's like that 1950s. I'm trying to find the name. My apologies that I don't have this memorized, but it was. Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to find it. Oh, the Flesher Batman, which is like the original cartoon with the black S on his chest. So I don't know if this list is referring to that version of Superman or what Superman looks like in his classic outfit, which I guess will jump down. And then also the black and gray Batman, if it was referring to this version of Batman that we saw from the Dark Knight Returns or a different, black and gray Batman. So that I'm not sure if maybe they're just moving stuff from one wave to the next, but we already see what this Dark Knight Returns Batman looks like. And then when we got to the Riddler that was on this list, and the reason we were laughing about Hal Jordan is because this Riddler, to me, makes sense to be a repaint of the Hal Jordan Green Lantern that we just got 2 waves ago that was already released. Green Lantern Hal Jordan is the classic looking Green Lantern from the original vintage Superpowers figures from the 80s. And in Argentina, so Riddler was never released, but in Argentina they made a Super Amigos version of Riddler using that Hal Jordan Green Lantern mold of the figure from the 80s, right? So that's this famous here Riddler from Super Amigos. So it just makes sense to me that since they've released the classic Hal Jordan Green Lantern, and knowing McFarlane's love of repaints, I'm sorry that I have this thing zoomed in too much. No, have a glitch. It looks like they're going to be releasing, Riddler with that mold. To me, that's what makes sense. But that's really cool because it's like a throwback to something that everyone, who was a Superpowers collector absolutely knows, a Super Amigos Riddler. So that's kind of an awesome thing. And then Michael, in terms of the classic Batman, the classic Superman, do you think it's gonna? This looks a lot like the Superman we already have at the McFarlane line, or do you think it's going to be the Fletcher one and it just didn't have that name on the list?
No idea. Yeah, DC's Superpowers is
well,
the
we
toy
don't
line
know yet, but we'll find out. Yeah, I know. Basically, the other Superman is like what he looked like in the cartoon. I can pull it up after, but he's got like a black and red S, and he's very simplistic looking because it was like based on the cartoon that came out in the 50s. So we're not sure which version of Superman that'll be. And then of course we did get Wonder Woman, so most likely she'll just be maybe in an all gold outfit. I don't know. And lastly, we have a Justice Society of America 3-pack that has Starman, the Justice Society version of Green Lantern, and Hourman. So you can see Green Lantern here and Starman here on this comic book cover. So most likely we'll get versions of these. And then Hourman, which is shown right here. And they've already done that really cool 3-pack a couple waves ago. So I'm assuming it's going to be something similar to that. It was like $30. So these are going to be pretty cool. And then you can see here what the version of this kind of classic looking old school Green Lantern from this group as well. So Justice Society. Yeah. So that's that list.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming out for Superpowers. Yeah, that'd be neat if they did come out with more vehicles and like the Hall of Justice. Like I love looking at your vintage Hall of Justice.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been like hoping for that for like the longest time. And it's like cross my fingers. It's only like a matter of time if we're gonna get a Hall of Justice. Like I can see McFarlane absolutely doing that. They're not afraid of like big vehicles so far. I haven't seen them like delve into playsets per se. But let's discuss that for a minute. Do you think it's a possibility?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think they would I don't want to say be stupid, but they would be leaving a lot of money on the table if they did not do that.
Yeah, or they could go the other route and say, okay, so some people have a vintage Hall of Justice. Why don't we make everybody something they've never gotten before, which is a freaking Legion of Doom playset, which is like that dome that comes rising out of the swamp that you see in the cartoon, right? Like that would be really cool.
I might have to start collecting those if that came out.
So, you know, I'd be happy with them.
Yeah.
that would be really, really awesome. But what I was going to show you was what that other Superman looks like. So this is the flesher version of him.
Yeah.
Right here, and it's just basically it's a repaint of the first Superman, but he's got a red and black S, and it's based on his cartoon look. So we don't know if that's what they meant by classic Superman or not on that list. And then this is that Dark Knight Returns Batman, which is the black and gray one, and this is using that kind of larger chested buck, not the blue and gray cool like vintagey version of Batman, but it was like the version 1, wave 1 version of Batman that first came out. That's just that big, larger chested Batman that they're using for that.
Modeled right
they just redid a couple Batmans, so they've got kind of like two molds for him. Bounce back and forth. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of cool superpower stuff coming out. I might have to go in on that Lego Legend of Zelda at Rob. So yeah. But
oh wow.
Yeah, a lot of
that's
cool
new.
Stuff.
Did that just get announced?
It got announced like a few days ago.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
I totally missed out on it. But what I was gonna do is I just wanted to share this, which is on my doorstep just before we went live, and this is Mondo Orco. I have yet to open him yet. He's still encased in all of his plastic in here, so I know it's gonna be super hard to see anything. I can try and grab him open if we want to conversate on the side for a second. So we don't have to stare at myself opening up the box, but I'm super curious to see how Orco came out. Have you gotten yours yet, Michael?
No, and I can't figure out if the mini comic Trapjaw Mondo figure is getting delivered today or if it's the Orco. So one of them is.
Oh, I bet you it's the Orco. Was it a delivery notice directly from Mondo, or was it from BBC?
It's from DHL.
Oh, then it's your Orco.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so it should come by 7:30 Pacific time. So what a big ups to Brick something for being a Toy Habits crew member for 14 months. Thank you so much, Brick. Yes, and he also loved your toy hunt video, Sorceress. So awesome. Very fortunate to get to see Brick in person from time to time because we live so close, and he is an amazing guy who has an amazing channel. So please check him out as well. Oh geez, Alameda is this Sunday again. I can't keep up, Brick. I'll text you and see if I'm feeling well enough to go to oh right, it's the antique fair. That's right. I'll text you if I'll be going to that too. So.
That's awesome. It's awesome. Very good to see you, Brick. And I'm glad you loved that toy hunt video. It was a lot of fun to shoot and fun to edit. I'm still learning about video editing, so everyone please have patience with me. But wow, so here is Orco, and I was trying to see his legs are actually not articulated, so they're kind of in that little kickback stance. But here he is. Mondo Orco. And look how tiny he is. I mean, he's in scale with the rest of the Mondo figures. But he's so cute. And then if you want to see what's under the skirt, he's got legs. They're just kind of lifted up, which is super cute. And his soft goods outfit is really, really adorable. It's like super detailed. He's got like little things, dangling off of it, which is really nice. His face looks incredible. And of course, he's got some companion figures that came with him. Set that down for a second. Sorry, that I have to unwrap these plastic, but it just it just came. So here is this little companion Orco figure, which is really cute.
Oh, that's so cute.
And that's an awesome looking one.
Oh, that's so cute.
So cute. And then we have Driel as well. Everything's nicely protected and wrapped. And so here is Driel, and here is Orco.
So cute.
Cool. They're really cool. And there's all sorts of hands and extra accessories. And oh wow. Okay, so here is Orco's head, his face. If you want to, now that the cat's out of the bag, we all know what it looks like. But here is Orco unmasked.
I'm there.
Which is funny to see, but he's got a little blue head. And I don't remember the name of his little companion pet thing, which I have right here. He's in behind some more plastic. Sorry, I'm trying to dig that guy out. I just opened this up for the first time. Do you remember the name of this little brown guy? This little pet dragon. It's really cute.
Oh, is that Daymar? I think Extendar.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Daymar. You're right. And he is not articulated. He's just like a little vinyl figure. But the arms and the arms move on Driel and Orco, the little vinyl figures, but their heads do not, which is fine. You know, you can move his little arms up and down, which is kind of cool. And then there's all sorts of other neat effects and accessories in here. But yeah, I mean, this thing's really rad. I'll just pull out one of the simple accessories, and then we'll be done with show and tell, because I don't want to bore anybody. Oh, there's another companion pet too, this little purple guy. But here's a cool, hand spell little accessory. Like he's casting a spell with his hand, and then there's this other little orange, like plushie or something stuffed animal that he's supposed to come with. I guess Orco takes that to bed with him, his little pal. Yeah, so very cool Orco. If you ordered him from Mondo, he should be on his way. And for me, this is going to be my last Motu Mondo figure, is what I promised myself. So.
Yeah, I'll do that when it actually happens. Question from Extendar.
Yeah, I'm trying to stick to it. Does he feel sturdy? He does. His legs don't move. They're all stiff because they're under his little thing. So basically, the only thing he has is articulation in his arms and hands and his head. So he feels absolutely sturdy, and there's nothing in the waist either. So yeah, there's not much that can break on him. I guess if you want to ask that question, his hat's on very nice and tight, and he has his other alternate head as well down here. His whole spell book and stuff. So it's a very cool set. Came with a whole bunch of pieces. Yeah.
Very cute.
Perky,
you're not late. You're early for next time. It's all good.
Here you are.
Oh geez. So yeah, you're with Hal, and you have to make room for your Thundercats Mondo figures too, right? So I think something's got to give, right?
Yes, that's why I can't get any more Motu Mondo figures. So I had to put I have He-Man, She-Ra, and Skeletor and Orco. So just the core, very, very core group. And that's what he looks like with his little spell hand on, which is really cool.
Question from Rob 2023. Awesome. What if they do a hero or a Moss Man? Would you have to go in on those? Probably hero, huh?
Yeah, hero for sure. Only Moss Man if he's blocked and cute. Like he has to have that cute Moss Man face. I don't want him with like a angry, monstery look.
Yeah, he'll probably come with an alternate head. I'm sure he'll get a cute head too.
Yeah, Varanus, and now you wanted an Orco. I'm so sorry. He is adorable.
Oh,
he is very cool, and he has a flight stand too, so you can have him floating, which is going to be really cool.
Oh my gosh, Nuno Biz. I want them to do a hero just to make the Toy Sorceress fold. Love it.
I might have to. I might have to if they do hero.
That's funny. I mean, yeah. I think if they did a hero, you'd have to
I
go.
need a hero.
I knew that was coming.
That's all you're gonna get. Now that I have a thorough mess all over my desk.
Oh, here we go, Clint. They'll do a Beastman repaint for Mossman with Chia Pet flocking. Now, how cool would that be? Like, it actually like grows. That'd be neat, actually.
That would be actually really cool.
I wouldn't mind that one.
Yeah, that would be really awesome. That would be awesome.
Might smell funky after a while, but it'd be cool.
Oh God, could you imagine? That would be like pretty bad. I don't know if you have any other hauls to share. I did get this guy came in. I've been waiting to buy this for a while. I know he's been out. This is the Super 7 Super Cyborg Krang, which I got him because he looks really classic, like the 1980s Krang. And I scoped him out at the Baroness's house because I've had my eye on it for a long time. But Super 7 had a really great sale this week, which ends today, because they had sent me a 23% off discount code because they're celebrating their 23 years. And so I was able to buy this Krang for 23% off, which was great, and free shipping from super7.com. So awesome. Check your emails. If you buy stuff from Super 7, they probably sent you the code like last Sunday. I think I got the email on Sunday, and I got 23% off and free shipping on them. So it was a really good price.
Very cool. Very cool. I have to think what boxes came for me that I haven't opened. Oh yeah, I did get the it's the WWE like old school blue cage match playset. It was on sale at Target. So I was like, why not?
I have that. I have that set because you know why? That's a perfect place for you to display any of your wrestling figures. I have all my LJN figures sitting on it because it looks so classic. Exactly, I just didn't use the cage part.
That's funny. Right? Yeah, that's exactly why I got it, because I have I started buying the Elite Legends figures because they're like old school figures and old school characters that I grew up with. So I'll just throw them in there.
And they're on sale right now, right?
Yes.
Which ones did you get?
Let's see. I started a little late, so I'm trying to just pick up ones that I can. So like Cowboy Bob Orton. I got the last wave of like Andre the Giant, the Iron Sheik, that Hulk Hogan with the white outfit. Was managed by, I think it was managed by Classy Freddie Black.
Pick up a Muhammad Ali. He was $13.
I didn't like. I mean, he's an icon, but I don't have any attachment to him. Yeah,
because the wrestling thing. But yeah, those are pretty cool because they have like soft goods and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, Extendar. This is actually my vintage G1 Optimus Prime. The other one is still in the box. So the
look at Michael flexing your vintage one.
I know, right? That's right. Like
that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of 80s goodness behind me. Yeah, which is fun because I didn't have room to display all this stuff in my old room. So it's nice to see some old friends that I've taken out of the box and have not seen in a while.
So what's that journey been like for you? Because I know you're finally having some time. You had some downtime this week. I know you have been battling with a cold and you're able to get some of your stuff out. Isn't it a wonderful feeling setting that stuff up?
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, it's been great because I didn't have any room to display like the vintage Star Wars collection too, but I do have room for and like other Star Wars stuff that I have like a lot of Hot Toys, Star Wars figures, that vintage collection, Boba's Palace, which is Jabba's palace. So when that vintage collection Jabba comes in, it'll be turned back into a Jabba's palace. So yeah, there's a lot more room to display stuff, and I'm excited to. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a groove now, and just kind of complete each section a little time. As time goes on.
Oh, I know how that. I know how that goes.
It's been great.
That's great. That's great. I think your stuff's turning out amazing. I love seeing your progress
Oh,
as
thank
you're
you.
displaying your stuff. So even
Well, thank you.
having just such a nice composition when you're displaying your figures. So
Oh,
keep
thank
up the great work. Yeah,
Learn from the best.
very. Aw, that's very sweet of you to say. So, if we don't have any more news to cover, don't forget, everybody, if you want to enter to win that Mer-Man, mutated Mer-Man, head over to toyhabits.com. And when we hit 9,500 subs, we will give it away. A big shout out to Jason Tran again for sending us over to us for the giveaway. So that is so awesome. So you can enter on the website. It'll tell you the rules and how to enter that. And for all the toy news we covered today, of course, go to toyhabits.com. Check out that fun toy hunting video I did with the Baroness of Toys at Big Lou's in Culver City. And I don't know. And also, Michael did a fun Dengar Power of the Force video, which, Michael, I don't know if you noticed if you had time to watch the toy hunt, but I did give you a shout out because I found a vintage Dengar in one of the display cases, and I gave you a little shout out about your Dengar video.
Oh, how funny. Yeah, I did watch it. It was awesome.
That's so cool. That's so cool. All right. So it's been great hanging out with everybody. You guys all enjoy the rest of your Friday night. And you know what's great? We're just starting off the weekend. So happy toy hunting out there, folks. And we can't wait to see you guys next week. And of course, in the meantime, stay tuned to toyhabits.com. And Michael, go ahead and say any last parting words.
No, it's great to be back in action after being sick, and hanging out with everyone really made the start of my weekend. So yeah, happy toy hunting. There are Lord Grasps and Terrors to be found. So hopefully everyone has a great night and a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.